Last Sunday, my family and I showed up at my uncle's house for our annual wellness day, which is basically just an excuse for my aunt to serve kale chips and for my uncle to dust off his yoga mat from the Clinton administration. This year, Uncle Bob announced he'd be leading the yoga session with a twist. The twist, as it turns out, was that he'd lost his yoga book and decided to improvise using the fortune cookie slips he'd been collecting since 2003. He assured us, ancient wisdom is ancient wisdom, as he unrolled a mat that still smelled like fried rice. He started us off in Find Balance, which was just tree pose while holding a takeout menu. Things got weirder when he told us to embrace new opportunities, which apparently meant attempting a forward roll into the recycling bin. My cousin Julia got stuck halfway, so Uncle Bob pivoted to patience as a virtue, which is basically sitting cross-legged until you forget why you're there. At this point, everyone was starting to suspect that Uncle Bob had confused yoga with interpretive fortune cookie dance. The real trouble began when he read, "Your future is looking down." Suddenly, he told us all to try a new pose he called downward spiral. This involved getting into downward dog, but then adding a twist of fate literally, by spinning in a slow circle while trying to read fortunes taped to our ankles. I managed exactly one rotation before realizing I was now facing the couch, my legs were tangled in my yoga strap, and my head was wedged between two decorative pillows that said live, laugh, love. I looked over and saw Aunt Linda in child's pose under the coffee table, clutching a fortune that read, "Help is on the way." After 20 minutes stuck in what can only be described as spaghetti pose, my uncle finally admitted maybe we should switch to meditation. But honestly, I'm still here, typing this with my foot behind my ear and the fortune stuck to my forehead that says, "You will soon find yourself in an unusual position."